Hello and welcome back to Hunar Shed. It's just a bit of a vlog update really, tell you what's going on at the moment. I had to make some changes to the shed to get some more light in here. I managed to fit the front braided hoses onto the GSX. They went quite well, a bit slow, took me all day to fit the front set, but I had to do a piston seal change as well in the calipers, do a piston seal change in those. That probably took the longest amount of time. The actual braided hoses wasn't too bad, but changing those caliper seals certainly took me a while. On that, big thanks to Gary, again. Also a big thanks to Jeff for telling me about the red rubber grease. Nice tip, Jeff, thank you very much. And also another big thanks to Del Boy from Del Boy's Garage. He does a couple of really nice instructional videos on stripping calipers. Certainly worth a look if you're looking at how to have a go at this yourself. Certainly helped me, so thanks guys, much appreciated. All the help is always appreciated. There is a bit of a cock up on the TZR engine, which I'm going to show you in a minute. The actual project for the TZR itself is hitting a bit of a bumpy road at the moment due to finances, or lack of finances. So hopefully that's going to sort itself out, but I'm at one of those stages where everything that I do now requires me to buy something, and I just don't have the funds available to buy the things that I need. So look for workarounds. If not, that bit's on hold for the moment. So there are a couple of little bits and pieces that I can do to keep the project ticking over, but at the moment it's waiting for the cash to get the parts that I need in order to continue with the project. So I'll keep you updated on that. Like I said, there is a bit of I have cocked up with the engine a bit, and I'll show you that in a minute. And hopefully I did make a video of me changing the brake hoses and doing the piston seals in the calipers, but because of the poor light that was in the poor lighting that I had in the shed and the camera angle, the stuff you could see was really poorly lit and quite bad, and the stuff you couldn't see was because my head was in the way, because the camera normally sits up there. So you just saw like the back of my head. You just saw how thin. There's a 20-minute video of watching how thin I was going on the top of my head. So I've junked all of that. Hopefully, I've still got to do the rear braided hose. So hopefully I'll be able to get that on video, and I can make something of that. In the meantime, an extra light's come in. I've made some. I know these look pretty crap, but they're just odds and ends from the wood. Made some stands that I can prop the phone, because I do all this on the mobile phone. So some stands that I can put the mobile phone on and hopefully get some better angles and in better light. So we'll see how that goes, but first off it's time to show you the cock up. So here we go then. I only need a couple of parts of the engine to show you this cock up, and I'm sure many of you may well have guessed what it is. Now, from the previous videos you'd have seen that I cleaned and degreased this. It's like a bit dusty again, but never mind, and then put it in the storage while I wait to get it vapor cleaned. Now this shed, Hunar Shed, does suffer from being cold and damp. It's not the driest of sheds. Now this is aluminium, not too bad. However, as you will see, those, see if we can bring it better into focus, there we go. I left them unprotected and now they've started to rust, so I need to sort that out. And also inside there, I know this is going to have to be rebored, but I'm fairly certain you still don't want rust in it beforehand, so I've got to clean that up. And then what I'm going to do, once I've sorted that out, what I'm going to do is WD-40. I've got a ton of degrease left, so I can wash that off at a later date, but I need to find a way to protect those from rusting. So my idea is clean that up, get that off, coat it all with a bit of WD-40, the rest of the parts as well, and then they can go back to be installed. Should have thought of it beforehand, but didn't. Never had an engine apart before, so another one of those learning curves, I guess, but we'll get those off. I'm thinking the way that I'm going to do it is metal polish, auto sol. I can rub it depends what happens. I'm going to rub this down with a fine cloth and see if it's just surface stuff that can come off. If it doesn't, I'll give it a little polish, because I don't want to use any sandpaper or anything like that on it, because I want to polish, not cut. This is a real pain in the backside to get into focus. So that's the plan. Get that cleaned up with the Autosol, and then WD-40 to protect it, and then it can get wrapped and packed back in its box with the other engine parts. So there we go. And then what will probably happen is that I'll post this video, and then I'll get told, no, you should have done it like this, and then I'll have to come out and redo it. But it just gives me an excuse to make another video and check the parts, check the camera, get me some more experience editing these videos. So I'll crack on with this. Right, so the plan is to get this rust off of these steel parts that will rust if you don't leave them protected, which I've learnt now. So there we go, just a quick wipe down just to see what we can get off. There's still some on there, so I won't go too mental with this stuff because it is a mild abrasive, but I figure, and this may well be wrong, that just a quick polish up and down these parts. Won't be anything major, I don't think. I said I could be wrong, but it certainly seems to be working. Whether it's the right way to do it or not is probably going to be up for argument or debate, but it certainly seems to be working at the moment. There's no rust on that now. There is a little bit of a groove around the bottom on this one. It seems to be fine. However, there seems to be a bit of a rust build up in that one. I was shown a good tip for getting into those little crevices. Toothbrush, and you can just work it in like that, like so. Just work it around. Don't need a lot, just a little bit on the end of the toothbrush. Work it around inside the gap, inside the groove, just with the tip. And then give it a wipe over. So you don't want to leave polish in here, so make sure you get all of it out. Although this is going to be vapor blasted, so we shall have to see. But yeah, that seems to have cleared out all the rust. Off of those quite nicely, actually. Yeah. So I don't know if that's the right way to do it. That's the way that I've done it. And then we can WD-40 this and put it back to bed with the rest of the parts. In fact, I'll WD-40 all of the parts just to be on the safe side. I can always take that off again at a later date. That's that one done. And then, yeah, there's quite a lot in there. I will probably get shouted at, well, not shouted at, but laughed at. Or possibly both, depending. Newbie mistake, but then I'm a newbie, so again, I'm not going hammer and tongs at this. It's just to remove the surface rust before it gets any worse. This cylinder is going to get bored out again anyway, so I can go bigger with it if need be, if I have cocked up that badly. I don't rule it out, it's always a possibility, but you never know. I said it's just surface stuff. There doesn't seem to be any pitting or anything, and I'm not going at this like a bull at a china shop. There's no real pressure being applied to this cloth at all. So right, so that's cleared the rust spots off. I can't see any more on any of the other parts, so I'm assuming it's all good. Assumption being the mother of all fuck-ups, though. Or all cock-ups, should I say. Assumption being the mother of all cock-ups. Right, I'm only going to be using WD-40, well, using WD-40 at the moment. If of course I get told off by enough people, or if I get told off for using WD-40 when I should have used something else, then there may well be a video of me rectifying that cock up. But for the moment, just a layer of WD-40 and then back in the box, I think. So I'm sure you don't want to watch this, so carry on, put this and then back in the box with them. That's all for this edition of Who Knaws Shed. Like I said, a big thanks to Gary, Jeff and Del Boy, and hopefully we'll catch you next time where there'll be hopefully some more stuff to video, and you can see how much more of a mess I make of this project. Till then, see you soon.